welcome to Allana's Manor. I'm Allana, and today we have another spiritual pick a card reading. This reading will be for the 12th through to the 18th of August 2026. And today we're going to be using the Archangel Michael's Sword of Light Oracle by Radleigh, Valentine and Chernik. And we're also going to be using the Spiritual Work Oracle and also the Spirit Guide Oracle created by myself. Alright, so for pile or card number 1 this week, we have the blue kyanite crystal. For pile or card number 2, we have the blue lace agate crystal. And for pile or card number 3 this week, we have the desert rose selenite. So you can pick your pile by number 1, 2 or 3, or you can go with whichever crystal you're feeling drawn to. Take a moment, see what resonates with you, and I'll see you in the reading. Alright, if you picked card or pile number 1, then this is your reading. And if you picked the blue kyanite crystal, then this is also your reading. Alright, what does group or pile number 1 need to know for this week? Alright, so we have Lyran Guide, and we also have the Fire Elementals. Alright, what else does pile number 1 need to know? What does pile or card number 1 need to know this week? Alright, first card up here is sound healing. Second card up is divine connection. And third card is called to be of service. Alright, so the overall energy for this group for this week is trust the guidance you're receiving. Archangel Uriel has blessed you with a brilliant epiphany. I am also present to clear away your worries so that you can trust your divine guidance. So I do feel like with this group this week, you are being encouraged to trust whatever guidance comes through for you this week. Some of you may be feeling like you're a little unsure about whether or not that guidance is what you need to follow, or whether or not you've heard or received the right guidance. But that is definitely a sign for you this week that you need to trust whatever it is you're getting. Alright, so for some of you, you may be choosing to either look into or work with a Lyran guide. So some of you may be looking into like starseed type of things. Some of you may find that you have a Lyran guide appearing to you this week. We also have the fire elementals. So some of you may be working with the element of fire this week. Some of you may also have a fire elemental being coming in to work with as well. For some of you, you may be focusing this week on sound healing. That could be working or learning how to use the tuning forks. For some of you, that could be also learning how to use the clear quartz or the brass singing bowls. So some of you may be looking into doing a course or some type of study in that. Some of you may just decide to research that and see what that's all about. For some of you, you are working on your connection with spirit this week. And it's funny that that card actually sits straight under the trust your guidance you're receiving. So for some of you, you are receiving guidance this week, and I do feel like it is important that you trust whatever it is you get. Don't second guess it. So some of you are just working with your connection with spirit this week, and some of you are feeling like you need to do something. You're being called to be of service in some way, either out in the community or maybe even on a personal level. If you're feeling guided to, look into starting a business or look into some study that you know is going to be able to allow you to help people this week, I feel like you need to trust that guidance. For some of you, you may just be called or feeling the need to go and help some people this week. If that's your situation, trust that that's what you need to be doing at this point in time. Alright, well, just remember, always trust whatever guidance you get. Sometimes that can be very hard and very difficult, especially if we are new on our path and we're not 100% sure as to whether or not we're receiving the right guidance. But I do feel with this group, it's really important that you trust whatever guidance you get on your spiritual path this week. Alright, well, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Alright, if you picked card or pile number 2, then this is your reading. And if you picked the blue lace agate, then this is also your reading. Okay, what does card or pile number 2 need to know for this week? Card or pile 2, what do they need to know for this week? Alright, first card up is the Emerald Dragon Guide. Second card is Archangel Michael. Alright, what does card or pile number 2 need to know for this week? What does card or pile number 2 need to know for this week? Alright, first card up is the Crown Chakra. Second card up is Energy Healing. And third card up is Astral Travel. Alright, so the overall energy for this group for this week is be the real you. Your greatest power comes from being who you truly are. Don't let anyone sway you from expressing your authentic self. So I feel like for this group this week, you are being encouraged to be who it is that you truly are. Do things that you enjoy doing. Don't try and be somebody else that you're actually not. Allow others to see who you actually are this week. For some of you, I'm feeling like this is also in relation to maybe there's something you want to do on your spiritual path. However, you're a little bit unsure as to whether or not you should do it because you're a little worried about what other people are going to think. If that's your situation, I feel like you're being encouraged this week to not worry about what other people think. If this is something that feels right to you and sits right with you, then I feel like you're being encouraged to go ahead and do that this week. The first card we have here for the guides is the Emerald Dragon Guide. So the Emerald Dragon Guide usually helps with healing of the heart chakra and just healing in general. So some of you may be deciding to work with this guide this week. Some of you may be needing to do a bit of heart healing. Some of you may be needing to do a bit of energy clearing as well. For others of you, we have Archangel Michael as well. So some of you may be choosing to work with Archangel Michael this week. Some of you may be having Archangel Michael pop up as a guide this week. Archangel Michael is really good at clearing our energy, also cutting any cords that we no longer need. For some of you, there's something about protection coming up. Some of you may be needing some type of protection. Archangel Michael also does help with protection as well. So I do feel like some of you are going to be working with Archangel Michael this week as well. We also have the crown chakra here, so I do feel like for some of you, you may just be working on the crown chakra, allowing it to open up even further than it already is. Some of you may be receiving communication through the crown chakra or downloads or something of that nature this week. We also have energy healing here, so some of you may be working on strengthening your energy healing ability. Some of you may be choosing to go and research or look into energy healing. Some of you may be even looking for a teacher or a mentor in terms of energy healing, and some of you just need to be doing energy healing this week. We also have astral travel here, so some of you may be looking into that subject. Some of you may be learning about it. Some of you may be looking for a teacher or a mentor to learn how to do that correctly. Alright, so just remember this week, do what sits right with you. Don't let anyone else talk you into or out of anything it is that you feel is right for you to be doing. If it feels right to you, go ahead and do it, and don't worry about what other people are going to think about it. Your opinion is the one that matters the most, not everybody else's. Alright, well, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, if you picked card or pile number 3, then this is your reading. And if you picked the Desert Rose Selenite Crystal, then this is also your reading. Alright, what does pile number 3 need to know for this week? Pile number 3, what do they need to know for this week? Alright, first card up is Archangel Metatron. Second card up is the Air Dragon Guide. Alright, what does pile or card number 3 need to know for this week? Pile or card number 3, what do they need to know this week? Alright, well, you know what, we've got 3 cards that just fell out, so we're just going to go with that. Alright. The overall energy for this group for this week is don't settle for less. You are a child of the divine and you deserve to have your dreams come true. Don't give up. So I feel like for this group this week, we are being encouraged to just keep going. No matter how hard or how difficult it is, I feel like you're really being encouraged this week to just keep on going. I also feel that there's an energy about settling for something that is settling for something just a little bit below what you're wanting to do. So you're also being encouraged not to settle for anything less than what you feel you deserve. If you feel like you deserve something, then I feel like you need to head towards that goal. Like, don't give up and go for something below that. Alright, so for guides this week, we have got the Archangel Michael card out on the table. So some of you may be choosing to work with Archangel Michael. Some of you may be deciding to work with sacred geometry or learn about sacred geometry or some type of energy clearing. They're all things that Archangel Metatron works with. Some of you may be choosing to work with the air dragon guides. So some of you may be needing to work with the air dragon to clear your mind. Maybe you need to get a bit of mental clarity this week. Maybe some of you are also working on your communication skills as well. The air dragon guides do help with those sort of things. So for some of you, that might be your situation. Some of you may be deciding to look into tea or coffee readings. Some of you may be just working on your ability to read the tea or coffee leaves or grounds. Some of you may be choosing to actually do a course or some type of study this week to learn how to do that. We also have trust your gut feeling. So I feel like for some of you, this is more about trusting where you feel you need to be heading in terms of your spiritual path this week. So if there's something you want to do this week, I feel like you need to just trust your gut instinct on that. If you feel like you should be doing that, then do that. Because I feel like there's a couple of people who maybe want to do something, but then don't feel like they're at that level to do that. And so they'll settle for something smaller. So if that's your situation, I feel like you need to maybe rethink that. And I mean, really, what do you have to lose? You can only try. But if you feel that that's right for you, then go ahead and do that. We also have the meditation card here as well. So some of you are just needing to meditate. Some of you are working on your meditations this week. I also feel like for some of you during meditation, maybe you may be receiving messages from Archangel Metatron, some of you from an air dragon as well. And others of you may be just learning how to meditate. Some of you may be doing classes or looking at doing some type of classes in terms of meditation. But I do feel like whatever you're guided to do this week, I feel like you really need to trust your gut feeling on it. If it feels right to you, then go ahead and do it. If it doesn't feel right, then don't go ahead and do it. But this week you are definitely being encouraged to do whatever it is that you are dreaming of doing. Alright, well, I think that's all I have for you this week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!